Hello and welcome to another episode of Spoiler Appetite. I'm Tristan. Oh man, what a fun episode it's gonna be today. It's a very heavy episode full of trailers to talk about, man. Yeah, I mean, when I first started making notes of topics, and mind you, I was gonna do this last week, but life happens, shit gets in the way, and, yeah, as of Thursday, February 19th, there was, like, 2 trailers that came out, and I had to add them to my list, among the rest of the trailers that came out this week. Like, it was just crazy. I mean, the topics that I had originally for last week, yeah, those are gone because I don't know if I want to talk about the old news. I mean, I think talking about these trailers is more fascinating, honestly. But we'll get to that soon enough. But yeah, so doing this again. I've been doing some shit. I've been reading and watching some shit. I've been reading lately as of now. I mean, I think I might read some more after I wrap this up. But I've been reading Batgirl Year 1. It's a comic from the early 2000s, and my God, what a delight. What a delight it is. I mean, the artwork is amazing. I really dig this Batgirl comic a lot, and I'm not even done with it. I think there's like 6 issues in total or something like that, or more. I can't remember. All I know is I'm reading it on the DC Infinite Universe app, and I just went straight to the omnibus tab when I was starting to read this story, and man, it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's just, the artwork is great, the writing is very, very classic storytelling, and I'm just here for it. I really am. 'Cause yeah, a Batgirl Year 1 story. I mean, who would have thought? Honestly. So there's that. And then I've actually been using my Netflix subscription for the better. I've been trying to watch an episode of Netflix's Avatar: The Last Airbender, a show I've been meaning to watch since it first came out. And man, I'll give my full thoughts on it when I finish it. But yeah, I'm really liking it, honestly. I think the only thing right now that's kind of driving me crazy right now is, like, it looks too polished. Like, as in the fact that it's really just the costumes of our main characters that it's just like their costumes look way too clean for my liking. I've never had this issue before when watching anything, and I wonder if that's because of the color palette and the cinematography itself. But man, it literally looks like, for every episode, it's like they just walked on for every scene that they did or whatever. It just seems like they always had a nice new pair of costumes for them to put on, like duplicates of costumes or whatever. And man, it just looks so clean to me. I don't know what else to say. And yeah, I'll also say the CGI is kind of wonky. Like, the green screen, it's like, the VFX team did a great job of, like, filling out the world and stuff. But, like, when you got characters walking in front of, like, certain big, like, large-scale buildings or whatever, it looks so jarring to me. Because I think it's just because of the way it looks so polished. It's just so weird to me. But in any event, I mean, that's my only gripe with it. Because realistically, I didn't grow up with Avatar: The Last Airbender, shockingly. I mean, I remember during the pandemic, one of the things that, as I was working, one of the things that I caught up on was Avatar: The Last Airbender, because I remember everybody loved it as a kid, and I've talked about this on the podcast before, but I just remember watching it and just being like, man, now I really understand the hype between this, like why everybody was loving it growing up. I really understood why, like, even though, like, for me as a teenager, cartoons were like, I don't know, it was very like I stopped watching cartoons after Ed and Eddie. I was more of a Nickelodeon guy, honestly, like, as in, like, I would watch the live action stuff, like your Drake and Josh and whatnot and all that stuff. I just, for some reason, cartoons were just like, I don't know, I just never had an interest in it. It wasn't until, early adulthood where I decided to watch all the Justice League cartoons from, like, the Cartoon Network days, or as we call the DCAU continuity, and that was really my start of, like, more than appreciating animation and whatnot. And it was just weird. Yeah, as a teenager, I really just didn't care for animated stuff, honestly. But now as an adult, it's like, oh my god, animation's great. Like, when they hit it, when they nail it, it's great. And Avatar: The Last Airbender, I mean, it was only 3 seasons too. Man, I was watching it, and one of my favorite things, spoilers if you haven't seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, the animated show, by the way, the idea that essentially your main character has to learn, all the other elemental bending skills, because he already knows one, because he's the airbender, he can airbend, but he has to learn fire, earth, and water. He has to learn the other 3. And I just remember watching this show and just being like, really paying attention to the Zuko character, as in, like, oh, there's some, like, real depth to this Zuko character, this Prince Zuko. And I remember, I think it was really early on, I was like, oh my god, please tell me Zuko is going to be the one that's ultimately going to teach Aang how to firebend. That would be amazing. And then, sure enough, it goes there, and I just remember losing my fucking mind over it. I was like, oh my god, it was just right there. And, what made it so great was, like, you feel for Prince Zuko, and, like, because ultimately, it's like, there are shades to him that, he just wants to go home. He essentially wants to go home, and he can't go home until he does the impossible, which is find the Avatar. So, but yeah, this live action show, I'm liking it. I mean, I'll go full details on it later. But yeah, I think so far it's solid, and I just remember I'm like 4 episodes in, I think. 4 episodes in, and I'll just say, I'm sorry, but, like, I remember when this first aired or whatever, people love to do that thing where they love to take scenes out of context or whatever. Like, they like to take moments out of the show, out of context or whatever, and are just, like, so hyper-fixated on visual cues or whatever. Like, I remember in the first episode when we first meet Aang, he's, like, up in the air, flying around and all this stuff. I remember seeing that out of context and somebody being like, bro, what is this? Why is this looks like shit and blah, 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 and all this stuff. And I'm just like, I really, just like, it's like, okay, he's just flying around, okay, like, I mean, it's gonna look goofy, I guess. Like, I don't know, what did you expect? Like, I don't know, but it's taken me this long to finally watch the show, and I eventually did find the post. I eventually did find somebody who said the show is worse than than the M. Night Shyamalan adaptation movie, which I have to say, I watched it right after the animated show because I want to see it, just for shits and giggles or whatever. And, because it was fresh in my mind, I'm watching this, and, I can do that thing where, it's like, I know it's not going to be like the animated show, because it's a different medium. They're adapting it from animation to live action. And it's a movie. It's going to have to take some cuts and turns and all this stuff. And, my God, as a fan of the show, they really just played the greatest hits of the show. That's what it really felt like, but it did it in such a bad fucking way. And the biggest problem with that adaptation of the movie is that I never bought these actors. I never bought the chemistry among the three leads. Like, I just didn't. I did not believe them at all. It was just like, I don't buy you guys as these characters. Like, I don't buy this chemistry at all. And then, some of the fight scenes, like the first time we meet the Earthbenders, like, it's like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, I mean, we've all seen it when, the Earthbenders do their earthbending. It's like, why is this the introduction of the Earthbenders? Why is it so fucking slow? Like, what is this? But yeah, I just finished it. I mean, right from the beginning, when I first started it did that thing, of course. It did that iconic opening, and I literally, after watching that opening, I paused it, I called a friend, and I just told her, I was like, I'm not even through, like, I literally just started the movie, and they just did the opening, and it was atrocious. Like, how do you fuck up that opening? I mean, the opening was so ugly and sluggish. Like, it was crazy to me. And then once I finished it, I was like, wow, that really was fucking bad. If you're an Avatar fan, I can see why people were offended by it, because it's like, what the fuck is going on? But, okay, say if you didn't watch the show, it's still fucking bad. Like, it's still fucking bad. I mean, you get what's going on, but it's just like, again, the main leads, you just don't give a shit about. That's the biggest problem with that movie, I find, is that you don't care about these characters at all. It's like, okay, we gotta do a thing and stop the Fire Nation. Okay, I guess. And it's just so... It's just horribly written. I mean, all the actors do their best, but it's just horribly written. But yeah, the fact that somebody said that the show is worse than the movie, I'm sorry. That I mean, if you believe that, cool. But, like, that's a fucking reach, if you ask me. That is such a fucking reach. I just... It's like, look, I'm 4 episodes in, and as much as I don't like how polished it looks or whatever with certain things, I think it's still pretty solid. It's a solid fucking adaptation. And I know Season 2 is coming out this year, and Season 3 is coming out sometime later next year as well, because I believe if I read the report right, they shot Season 2 and 3 back to back, and that'll be it for the show. And it's like, it's perfect timing for me to watch this show, honestly. But yeah, so far, I mean, I'm just gonna call it now. It's definitely a fucking step up from the movie, because I mean, not like it was fucking hard to do, but yeah, I will get to that, possibly next time I record a podcast. But in any event, that's what I've kind of been up to. Yeah, I know that Seven, the latest spin-off of Game of Thrones, the Knights of, I don't even know what it's called, the Seven Kingdom Knights of whatever is out. I mean, it's been blowing up my feed because of the last latest episode, which was like some sort of big fight and all this stuff. And yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'll ever watch it, honestly, because it's like, look, I'm already watching House of the Dragon, and House of the Dragon was like, you know, I had to be convinced to watch it. And a buddy of mine was saying, nah, man, you gotta watch it. And I did. Was not disappointed by it at all. And season 2 came out, and yeah, season 2 was sort of like a really fucking drag. Has its moments, but it was really fucking drag. And seeing that it's coming. It's coming this June. I just saw the teaser for it, and it's like, okay, hopefully we're picking up the ball, because season 2, I kind of compare it to Netflix's Castlevania season 3, where it was the setup season. Like, nothing, like, it's all just kind of set up, it's planting seeds or whatever, and it's got its moments, but, like, it just dragged out for way too long. Like, the whole Damien Targaryen stuff was just like, why are we playing, you know, what's it called? Luigi's Haunted Mansion or whatever. Like, what are we doing? Like, why are we doing this? But, in any event, I haven't really watched Knights of the Seven Kingdoms. I think that's what it's called. I think I really got that. But yeah, I haven't watched that show. But I might, because I think it was the head of HBO saying, oh yeah, it's going to be annual. You know, it's going to be an annual show. So, I might check it out. At the same time, it's like, do I really want a 30-minute piece of Game of Thrones? I don't know. I don't know if I need that. But then again, I have to admit, you know, and I know it's like, tone-wise, it's more humorous, as I've read. It's more humorous, and it's more about the everyday common man living in the Thrones universe, which is cool. And who am I to say that it sucks when I haven't watched anything from it? And, you know, maybe I'm just pessimistic about it, but at the same time, it is like, well, I guess if I were to look at it, maybe give it a shot, because yes, it's totally something new, but then again, look at what Star Wars did with Star Wars Andor. I mean, tonally, not something kids should be watching, because it's just more bleak and it's more mature and bleak, and a lot of dialogue, a lot of talking, a lot of moving parts. And, you know, so maybe if I just look at it from that aspect of like, hey, it's a different, you know, perspective on the universe. Who knows? I'll get to it, but you'll hear me. You'll hear me talk about it if I ever watch it. But in any event, now that, you know, I've caught you all up with what I've been up to, as far as like reading and watching things. Oh yeah, that's right. Hold on. Before I get to these topics, I did finish Cobra Kai. I finished Cobra Kai, and oh my fucking god, I cannot get over this show. I can't get over it. Cobra Kai was the final season. The final season was so not what I expected. It was not what I expected at all. I was shocked by it. I was really fucking shocked by it. Death happens in the final season. For those that haven't seen it, I'm not gonna spoil it, but like, there's some death. There's some death in this final season, and it's just like, what the fuck? Like, why did we just get super fucking serious? We just got fucking real right now. That's crazy. I mean, Cobra Kai has always been kind of real with its drama, but also at the same time, it really does that balance of like, you know, not trying to be too dramatic, not trying to be like a CW show or anything like that. Like, it's genuinely a fun show to watch, honestly. It's a fun show to watch, and there's consequences. I mean, So much so that it's like, yeah, there's like, somebody pulls a sword on another dude at one point, and it's kind of like, holy shit, this is, we're taking Karate Kid really fucking serious right now. Like, this is crazy. I mean, then again, from season 1, the focus on Johnny, I mean, just amazing. But yeah, man, the final season and how it wrapped up, I fully liked it. I liked it so much that I was like, this is more of a reason why I'm not going to watch that Karate Kid Legends movie. I just, it's like, I don't need to see anymore. Like, what more is there to tell? Like, I feel like the wrap up was nice. Like, how it all wrapped up is like, it's great. I loved it. I mean, with its new characters and old characters, and that's the thing too. I'm not the biggest Karate Kid fan, so I did really appreciate every time they brought somebody back from one of the movies, even the most obscure fucking characters. They always flash back to that certain movie and be like, it's this guy from this movie or whatever. I always appreciated that. I always appreciated that so fucking much. Like, man, the people behind Cobra Kai really, really knew what the fuck they were doing, honestly. And, dude, if Netflix ever decides to one day just be like, you know what, we're gonna put out 4Ks for certain shows of ours or whatever, I would fucking buy the whole thing. I would buy that 4K of Cobra Kai, because that shit was awesome. It was a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, man. Like, in the final season, man, I thought it really wrapped up. It was a good, like, wrap up of the show. Really appreciated that shit, man. And honestly, it makes me probably want to rewatch the show again, honestly. So, but yeah, how could I almost forget about talking about Cobra Kai, man? But yeah, so now, that's all that I've, have watched. I mean, I have seen some movies, but movies not worth mentioning. Wuthering Heights, I mean, all I gotta say for Wuthering Heights, ear-bleeding fucking dialogue for sure, but at the same time, the chemistry between Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi, great, awesome. And also, I love the sets. I really fucking love the sets. But at the end of the day, it's a bad movie, but it's not so bad I'm going to remember it. Like, it's going to be forgettable. I'm going to forget that movie, honestly. Alright, in any event, let's dive into the actual show and topics that I want to talk about. Starting with, let's talk about some Highlander stuff, right? Highlander reboot. I am so fucking looking forward to the Highlander reboot. So much so that the last time I talked about this, Henry Cavill put up some official photos of him in the movie. And like I said in that episode, I really love the photo of him in the church. I was just like, that just fucking screams Highlander. Like, yes. Absolutely fucking yes. I mean, and if you know anything about your Highlander lore, I mean, him being in a church makes so much sense. Well, and since that time, they are currently shooting right now, which I just found out that Jeremy Irons is in the movie, which is like, alright, that makes sense. I mean, why not? Fuck it, right? In the midst of all this shooting or whatever, we got some set photos of the filming, and we got our first look at Dave Bautista as the Kurgan in this Highlander reboot. And my God, going back to that church picture that Henry Cavill showed. So, lo and behold, Dave Bautista's the Kurgan is dressed up as a priest. There's just something about that. The idea of the Kurgan being a priest just is like, I love it. I already love it so much. because I can just see if Dave Bautista's gonna ham it up or whatever. Yeah, Kurgan is kind of fucking crazy to be like, yeah, I'm a priest, and I mean, there's so many things they can do with that idea. I mean, like, and there is set photos of Henry Cavill and Dave shooting, and they're on top of a car with their swords and shit or whatever, and it's just like, I am very fascinated to see what this take on the Kurgan is going to be. Like, I'm really fucking curious now. It's like, is it just a disguise? Is it really part of his character or whatever? That, yeah, he's a priest that, you know, and at some point he just, you know, he stopped trying to get, you know, the prize or whatever. He stopped trying to get the prize or whatever and just became a priest. But the more he feels that call and that pull towards other immortals or whatever, is there gonna be some sense of like, you know, the more he feels this pull to, you know, Henry Cavill's Connor McLeod, is that when he starts to like go crazy? Like every time he gets that pull into near more immortals or whatever, is that driving him crazy or whatever when he wants to just be a priest or something? I don't know, but either way, Dave Bautista as the Kurgan dressed as a priest, yeah, I fuck with it. Or it could just be him and like Cognito just trying to like, you know, blend in with the crowd or whatever and get the upper hand on Connor McLeod or something. I don't know, man. I don't know. All I know is that I really love the casting of Dave Bautista as the Kurgan. It's just like, it makes sense. It makes sense because Dave is a tall guy, and, you know, I know he lost all that like weight and whatnot, but, you know, he's still got some mass muscle. I mean, he looks great, man. Like the recent photo of him shirtless or whatever, it's like, okay, he's definitely slimmed down, but he's still built. Like he's still got that built and bulk or whatever. I mean, gone are the days of him being in his prime or whatever, but damn, he's still keeping himself in shape, which is cool. And man, Dave Bautista as the Kurgan makes so much fucking sense. Like I said, I cannot wait for this fucking movie, man. I really, really fucking can't. So, but in any event, let's move on to the main topic. Not the main topic, but the main course of this episode. We got some trailers to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. We got a lot of trailers to talk about. Starting with Project Hail Mary. Project Hail Mary, as I have said, as I have given you all my list of my most anticipated of the year, it is on my list of most anticipated this year. And they released the final trailer, and it was during the Super Bowl that they decided to release it. And man, again, my excitement comes from the fact that I have read the book, and watching this final trailer, it's just like, dude, everything that's being shown, it's like, I know that. I know what happens here. I know what that's about. I know what they're showing. It's like all these little, even when they're fast, quick clips or whatever, I recognize everything. It's just like, I love the book. I really love the book. And I mean, one of the things that I'm curious about is like the ending. I'm very curious. Are they gonna keep that ending? Because the ending is bittersweet, and I love it. I love it so much. I mean, like I said, I listened to the Audible, and I was at work, and I had 2 chapters left. I read the second to last chapter, and had to go clock back into break to work or whatever, and it was killing me because I had one more chapter left. But what was scaring me was like, it was only like 14 minutes, and I was like, how? It's like, okay, based off that last chapter I just like listened to, how the fuck are we wrapping this story up in one book, one chapter? I mean, and you know, listen to it once the store closed, and my God, I almost wanted to shout to the heavens. Of course, I just, oh my god, I love the ending. I really did. But in any event, Project Hail Mary. It's a good trailer. It's a fun trailer. I mean, again, I think it gives you more of the story of like, okay, we got Ryan Gosling's character and this Rocky character, and their planet's sun is dying, and they don't know why. They have to figure out a way to how do we make our suns from going extinct. How do we save our worlds by saving our suns or whatever. Like, the sun is dying on their planets. How do we save it? And man, from day one, I was excited for this. I already loved it. We're in space because space is a thing I like. And, it's funny because watching this final trailer, it really does this is the movie. This is our characters. We got Rocky and Grace. We have these characters. These are our main characters. I remember, when they first, put out the first looks of this movie, everybody was saying, oh, you shouldn't have shown the alien or whatever. And I was like, okay. Maybe it's a book thing or whatever. But after listening to the book, the alien, the alien shows up very early, within the first 10 chapters. He shows up. And again, the story is about this bond between the two. These scientists that are trying to figure out what's wrong with their son or whatever. I don't know how you don't market that, because what exactly, so would you marketed the film as in okay, Earth's sun is dying or whatever, and then he goes out into space, and oh look, and I don't know how. No, I disagree with the idea that the alien is the most important thing. It's the alien is not a spoiler. Let's just say the biggest spoiler is not only how the story wraps up, but certain little details about a thing that happens. My buddy basically was just when he first saw the trailer, he was like, why would they show that certain moment or whatever? Because that's that's almost a spoiler. And after reading it, I'm like, oh, I see what he's saying now. That thing that was in the first trailer, it's oh, I get it now. But at the same time, I was like, well, it doesn't really spoil it. But it does get, but if you know the book or whatever, you know what that scene is and where it leads to or whatever. So, but anyways, the final trailer, man, this movie just looks great. I love the voice for Rocky. And that was the one thing I think we were all kind of wondering. At least me and my buddy. That first trailer, I just assumed, or second trailer, I just assumed that the character that Gosling plays, Ryan Grace, I just assumed that he was just going to read for Rocky or whatever. But no, they give him a voice, and honestly, love it. I really dig it a lot. I like the idea that it's essentially the puppeteer of Rocky. I didn't know Rocky was a puppet, but that's cool as fuck. It just, and the voice is good. I really dig it a lot, man. And oh my god, I can't believe we're so close. We're so close to this movie, man. I'm so excited. I already have it planned out. I'm gonna go on a double date with my lady and my friend and his lady, and we're going to the IMAX. We are going to the IMAX. Me and my bro really were just yeah, we gotta see this in the IMAX. We have to see it in IMAX because it's fucking space. Dude, and the space stuff looks incredible. visually it looks amazing. And the other thing too that I notice in here too is like, okay, it's very, it's very fun. It's very fun, but at the same time, I really did appreciate that they added the sense of drama in the beginning, where that the woman is telling Ryan that, hey, if you don't do this, Earth will go extinct or whatever. And I appreciated that so much. So now you get a sense that, okay, this isn't a comedic movie. It's not a full comedic movie. It's a fun movie, but there's also stakes. There's also stakes at the end of the day. And I just think Phil Lord and Chris Miller really just fucking got it. They really got it with this movie, man. And I am crossing my fingers. I have so much faith in this movie after what I've seen or whatever. It's like, okay, this is looking really fucking good. I mean, whatever changes they make, fine. But it really seems like they really stick close to most of the things that are in the book, and I appreciate that a lot. And ILM doing the visual effects, of course, or at least, some of the effects or whatever. There's other VFX companies that are doing it too, and I think they all did a great job. Who did what, I have no idea, but all of them, all the VFX teams, they did an amazing fucking job. I mean, it just looks great, and hopefully it will look as amazing when I go see it on IMAX. So there's that. So with that being said, let's move on to the next trailer that I literally saw this morning before I clocked into work. Around like, I don't know, like 8 a.m. or whatever, before I clocked into work. Was listening to a podcast, and there's a Mummy movie coming out, a horror movie of the Mummy. Lee Cronin's The Mummy is coming out. Now, I first saw the teaser trailer and was like, I have no idea what's going on, but this is creepy and eerie as fuck, and I'm intrigued by it. I mean, we're getting a horror take on The Mummy. Like, it's interesting. So then we got this official story trailer, essentially, of Lee Cronin's The Mummy, and it's about a creepy kid who goes missing and then gets found in a sarcophagus, and let's just say things don't go well. I had no idea that was the story. I really didn't. Even with the first teaser trailer, I remember the tagline was, "What happened to Katie?" I didn't realize this was a child. And man, even before I clicked on the trailer, the fucking thumbnail of the trailer was just like, oh, this is bad. Okay, let's see what this is all about. And oh boy, can I just say, I was not prepared for how graphic this trailer was going to be. Like, there's so many gross moments that I'm just like, oh yeah, I really have to see this. Like, I'm already intrigued by the premise already. So they mummified a little girl, gone for 8 years, by the way, which is crazy to me. And also, apparently she's not the only one. This is, you know what it is? It's really giving me Evil Dead Rise vibes for some reason. Like, specifically, possession of kids or whatever. Just, yeah. I'm really looking forward to this, man. I'm here for the gore fest. Because, man, just, ugh, the rags coming off of her, I imagine, just like in the sound effects, like, oh my god, like, the makeup artist did great. I mean, and seems like some of the prosthetics are just gonna be make you want to throw up almost. But I'm really messing with this a lot. I mean, I don't know where I stand as far as like a Universal monster fan or whatever. I mean, I wouldn't add it to my nerd belt of things that I love or whatever, but I mean, if you put out a trailer that can intrigue me and want to go see your movie, I'll give it a shot. But yeah, I mean, the only Mummy movies that I know are, of course, the Brandon Routh movies, which I didn't see the third one. Never saw the third one because I guess I just never cared to see it. But happy that we're getting an official Brandon Fraser Mummy movie with Rachel Weisz coming back. Because I remember they recasted the role in the third movie. Weird, but whatever. Happy for that. But Lee Cronin's, yeah, I'm really fucking with it. Like, I'm curious about it. I mean, just I don't know if this is Blumhouse or not. Because I know Blumhouse did this thing where they started to do their own, like, Universal Monster kind of characters or whatever. And I don't know if they worked with them or whatever license deal or whatever was going on. And all I know was I really, really loved The Invisible Man that Blumhouse did. I really liked that movie a lot. It was just, talk about dialing up the paranoia up to 11. Like, it was just made you unsettling or whatever. Heck, I even liked The Wolfman. I thought The Wolfman was a very interesting take on it, especially when we see his perspective of turning into a werewolf. That was interesting. And how it includes trauma or whatever. But yeah, and seeing this Lee Cronin doing a take on The Mummy where it's a little girl and this family and how they're dealing with that, I think it's just interesting. Like, it's really something new for, at least for the Mummy franchise, the IP at least. I look forward to it. I mean, we've always seen, something's wrong with the kid. It's either possessed or something or whatever. But this time, a kid being the Mummy or whatever, yeah, I'm the trailer really sold me on it. I look forward to it, man. I really do. In any event, the next trailer I have on my list, the third one, Spider Noir, has dropped the trailer coming from Amazon Prime. Nick Cage as Ben Reilly, aka Spider Noir. I mean, I've loved him in the Into the Spider-Verse movie. I thought casting him in that movie was it's such a choice, but yet knowing Nicolas Cage's love for, like, cinema or whatever, it makes sense why you would cast him as Spider Noir, especially with that time period and all that stuff. And now that they're making it as a live action show, they actually did it. I remember seeing the first set photos and just being like, look, I know that's a stunt man, but the idea that, at some point he probably wears the whole fucking costume. The fact that we got a 60-year-old Nicolas Cage in a Spider-Man Noir costume just really captures my imagination. I'm just like, we really stuffed that old ass, an old ass that I really appreciate. I really appreciate him as an actor. I mean, because when Nicolas Cage, like, everybody knows Nick Cage for bringing the cage, as he would say. Yeah, we all know him, but don't forget, he's also a dude who means business. When he needs to bring drama, he can bring it. Like, go watch Pig. I mean, you may think, oh, the plot of a man looking for his lost pig or whatever. It's like, yes, goofy, but when you start to learn who that character is and the drama that comes with it, it's just, he really sells it. It's really sad, he really sells it. But yeah, man, Spider Noir, just watching this trailer, I mean, no plot was given other than the fact that it seems this is a Spider-Man 2 situation where his powers have been gone, and then something triggers him to get his powers back. Fascinated by it. Very fascinated by it. And just the quick cuts of all of the stuff that's going to happen in the show. I'm just, yep, and he's bringing the cage. He's bringing that cage. And I look forward to it a lot. I just really appreciate this, and I bring it on. I look forward to it. I mean, I know for myself, I'm going to watch this in true black and white. I'm going to watch it like that, and if it's good enough, I might go back and rewatch it in color. I don't know, but I'm just gonna, Spider Noir, I'm gonna just go with black and white when I first watch it, and yeah, I don't know what to expect. I imagine this is gonna be something about a mystery that he's got to solve, or whatever, but I am really, really fucking looking forward to this a lot. And it's coming from Amazon Prime, which, the only shows that I have watched, I think it's only The Boys, but outside of that, I've seen nothing but, fanfare for all their shows that they produce, whether it is genre stuff or even if it is like The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, which is that's a show I would like to watch one day. I really should add that to my queue. But, Amazon seems like they can do no wrong. I mean, hell, we're getting a God of War show from them, which, look, man, I don't know why, because I'm not the biggest God of War fan, and I haven't played those games, the newer games at least. Haven't played the newest games. Watched full walkthroughs of the previous games. But yeah, they're gonna make a God of War show, and I look forward to that, because seeing clips of the newer games, it's like, oh yeah, this makes so much sense why they would do these games and not the Revenge Quest games, essentially. Looking forward to that. But yeah, I think Amazon doing a Spider Noir show is just so fascinating. And what could go wrong, I mean, so like I said, so far, of all the shows that they've done, it's nothing but fanfare. I mean, I haven't really heard of a big Amazon show that was bad or anything. So, yeah, Spider Noir. Really looking forward to that a lot. So yeah, that's all I got for Spider Noir, honestly. So, with that being said, let's move on to the next trailer. The fourth trailer that I have on this. Now, this literally came out today. It's fresh in my memory. And that is Toy Story 5. I was already going to see this movie just because it's Toy Story, and I'm just, curious about it. I was probably already going to see it either way. This trailer sold me even more on it. I mean, I'm not going to say it's now my most anticipated movie, but no, now I'm like, okay, now I'm even more into it, because I already knew that the tablet was going to be the villain. I already knew that. I already knew that that was going to be essentially a play on kids today, would rather play with tablets and devices than, say, actual toys or whatever. Of course. But man, it was just seeing Jesse taking the lead role of that, and essentially this is, I know it's not going to center on Jesse, but like Jesse having her like enemy. I don't know if they're going to team up, but like the idea that Jesse has her Buzz Lightyear with that tablet, like she's got beef with it or whatever, like that's interesting. I wonder if by the end of the movie the tablet will come to realization that, hey, it's not good for Bonnie to be on the tablet 24/7 or whatever. Yeah, I like that aspect. I also love the fact that Woody comes back, and I love that in this trailer they show you that, hey, after the fourth movie, yes, he's still a lost toy or whatever. He's even helping find even lost toys or whatever, but he's coming back. I love that they showed that, like, right off the bat gate, because I remember that was everybody's biggest, like, question. It's like, wait, so are we just gonna ignore 4? No, they're still gonna acknowledge that, yes, 4 still existed, but he's helping. He's gonna come back and help or whatever, and why wouldn't he? It's Woody. But and then the visual gag of showing him balding was just like, oh my god, okay, that's something I didn't know I needed to see. Yeah, that was something. I saw that image first before I ever watched the trailer, and somebody made the comment, we got balding Woody before GTA 6, and I just couldn't contain myself. Like, I was laughing so hard. It's like, I've never laughed at a something before GTA 6 joke. Like, they've been done so much so that I'm just numb to them or whatever, but that one got me fucking good. And yeah, man, there is just something about watching this trailer and just being like, I'm not pessimistic. I'm not like one of these pessimistic people that is just like, why are you doing another Toy Story? You should have left it at 3. You didn't even need to do the 4th one, and we don't even need to do a 5th one. I'm not pessimistic like that. I'm just like, I'll take it as it is. I don't care. It's like, as long as you have a good story and, you write those characters well, I don't care. Like, you can milk it out as much as you want, as long as you still have a good idea behind it. And, yes, in a perfect world, they should have ended it at 3. They should have, but they didn't. And that's okay. I think that's okay. If they want to milk it out, go for it. Hell, I'll even say this. I'm sure there are going to be some people that are going to watch this just because of the fact that they want to prove to Disney that this is what they wanted and not that, Lightyear movie that they did a couple years back, which Lightyear, to me, I liked Lightyear. I liked that it was just like, it was a sci-fi kind of movie. Although I will agree with people who are like, yeah, I don't think Andy would watch this movie as a kid and be inspired to get a Buzz Lightyear toy. I don't know if that's the movie, because now you gotta really look at it as like, okay, if this movie was in the 90s, would he get this? Would he get this Buzz Lightyear toy based off of that movie? I don't know if I agree with that sentiment at all. Like, because it's like, yeah, I don't think Andy would, a 10-year-old, 9-year-old, however old he was, would buy a Buzz Lightyear toy based off that movie. But in any event, with that aside, I like the movie. But yeah, I can totally see some people showing up to Toy Story 5 being like, see, this is what we really wanted. We wanted Tim Allen to be Buzz Lightyear or whatever. That's what you should have done. You should have brought Tim Allen back to voice Buzz Lightyear in that Lightyear movie. Which, glad they didn't, because it's like, it's two very different things. Like, honestly, yeah. But in any event, I think this is going to make money. I think it's going to shock some people. It's going to make money. I mean, how many of you knew that Toy Story 4 made like $1.something billion? I mean, that was 2019. And again, that was a movie that was facing criticisms too before it even came out too. Like the same old, why are you making another one? You should have just left it at 3 or whatever. Didn't matter. Family still showed up. People still showed up. And they still watched it. And, I did too. And I liked it. I really did. And this one, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, visually, it looks amazing too. I really dig it a lot. I'm looking forward to it, man. I mean, more so than ever. I mean, especially with the subject, again, with kids and, their tablets and stuff. So, yeah, Toy Story 5, yeah, I'm more on board now. So, and finally, the final trailer that I will be talking about. and that is Star Wars, The Mandalorian, and Grogu. It's funny because I didn't watch the Super Bowl, even though I knew Seahawks were going to win, and sure enough, they won because their defense is like fucking crazy good. But yeah, Mandalorian and Grogu spent $10 million on an ad for the Super Bowl to show some sort of what do you call it? Like some sort of not spoof, but like essentially an homage to a former Super Bowl ad or whatever, and that was it. Which I saw a lot of people were pissed. They were like, so no trailer. Nope, not until like a couple more days later. almost a week later. Or was it a week later? I don't know. Either way, it came out. A new trailer came out, and man, God, I hate to sound like a Debbie Downer. I hate to sound like I'm offended by this movie. I'm just, again, it like I said with the first trailer that came out all those months ago, this trailer just looks like it again, this movie just feels like a glorified episode of the Mandalorian show, and it's like I just don't get it. I really don't. And I don't know. I got nothing. I mean, again, I just bears to repeating. I mean, this is the first Star Wars movie we're getting in almost 7 years. I don't get it. I really just don't understand. I mean, I don't know. The only thing that I liked about this trailer was that, okay, it gives a sense of adventure. That's great. But at the same time, I am just wondering, what the fuck is the plot? Like, I'm trying to figure out, what is the story? Like, it's so weird that this movie is coming out in 3 months, and I don't get the sense of what the story is. Is he hunting down what's left of the Empire? Is that what we're doing? Is he being hired to, go on missions to hunt down certain people from the former regime of the Empire? Is that what we're doing? Like, I don't know. I really don't. I mean, it looks pretty and nice or whatever, but again, I'm just hung up on the fact that it just feels like a glorified episode of The Mandalorian. And, I did some digging, and they first announced this movie 2 years ago. This was January 2024. They announced this movie, and it's crazy to me that it just feels like it's feeling more and more like this movie was made because somebody at Lucasfilm was like, hey, how about we actually make some money from Star Wars? And let's put, a movie out or whatever. Well, what do we even do for a movie? You know what everybody likes? Everybody likes The Mandalorian. Why don't we do a movie of The Mandalorian? And that's how we got this. That's what it honestly feels like. Not realizing that we're coming off of a very mixed, very, I'll just say it, a sour taste in our mouth with Mandalorian Season 3. I thought Season 3 had its moments. It was fine in the beginning, and then the middle section was just like, okay, and then it wrapped up pretty good. But again, just the journey to get to that ending was just not it. It was not it at all. And so it just like I don't get the sense of this movie making the money, which then again, I did see that this is apparently the cheapest Star Wars movie that they've made. I was seeing that it was made for like $166 million or something like that, which I mean, interesting. I mean, I don't know how, I don't know how that works out or whatever, but, I guess it does make sense because, I mean, it doesn't feel too large scale. Like, it doesn't feel massive scale by any means. But, yeah, I don't know. I just have I have a bad feeling about this. I don't know. I hate the idea that this is making me nervous, and it's just kind of like, I want Star Wars to succeed, man. I really do. Even if it's stuff that I either haven't watched or just don't care about or haven't even liked, like The Acolyte. I did not like The Acolyte. It's not as bad as Book of Boba Fett. But yeah, I hate that, my overall feelings for Star Wars is that it's a mixed bag. Like, it's just such a mixed bag. And I think part of my issue with Star Wars right now is, like, how they're handling it right now by just flooding Disney Plus with all these shows. And it's just kind of like, I need Star Wars to come back to the big screen. And not with a spin-off of the show. Well, not even a spin-off, but, like, not with a movie version based on the show. Like, no. Like, I feel like we should have just waited for Star Wars Starfighter to come out. Brand new characters. It's post Rise of Skywalker. I mean, I will accept it. I will begrudgingly accept that it's post sometime after Rise of Skywalker, because of the fact that it's like, okay, forget that it's after that movie or whatever. We're dealing with brand new characters, and it's Ryan Gosling, so, like, whoopee. But yeah, I really feel like they should have just bit the bullet and just say, you know what? They should have, like, early in development, they should have just canceled this Mandalorian Grogu movie and just went with, like, and put all their chips on Star Wars Starfighter. I mean, because Mandalorian Grogu definitely, it makes sense. It's the safe bet. It's the safe bet. Everybody loves little baby Yoda. It's the safe bet. I understand why they did it because, yes, everybody loves Mandalorian and Baby Yoda or whatever. But at the same time, I don't think they realize, I don't think enough people are going to show up. I could be wrong, and God, I hope I'm wrong. Because right now, I don't even see this movie making, in total, $500 million. I don't know why I have that feeling. God, I hope I want to be wrong. I really do, because, like I said, I cheer for these franchises, man. Like, I cheer for them, even if it's stuff that I don't like, because, some crap can be for some people. Crap as in something I don't like. Like, it's got to be for somebody. I mean, and that's my one worry. It's like, my social media feed is very positive or whatever, but then again, when it comes to the internet sphere versus the average moviegoer, I don't know, man. I don't know how many people are going to show up, because that's the other thing too. It's like, why would they go see this movie when they can just wait for it to drop on Disney Plus? Because we've already gotten 3 seasons of the show. Why would anyone want to pay for a Mandalorian and Grogu movie? Like, they can just wait at home. I don't know if anybody wants to see the show on the big screen. Like, the average person that watches this stuff, I don't know if they care that much about the Mandalorian to go see a movie version. I don't know. And that's very worrisome. I mean, at the same time, it could be for their benefit, But I guess if you had to make some money on some Star Wars in the theater, I guess you do a Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Like, I guess so. I don't know, man. But yeah, as far as my excitement goes, it's like I got nothing. I really don't. I'm still gonna go see it, but I got fucking nothing, man. And that sucks. Like, that truly fucking sucks to say to me. I mean, hell, it wasn't even on my most anticipated of the year. A Star Wars movie not being on my most anticipated of the year. Then again, when Rise of Skywalker was coming out, it wasn't on my most anticipated that year either, because, from day one with that teaser trailer, moment they put Palpatine's laugh in there, I was like, no. I was just like, nah, I'm not falling for this. I'm not excited. It's like, we were coming off The Last Jedi, which I like so much, and I was just like, I really was like, they really don't want to let the past die. Cool, awesome. But yeah, man, Mandalorian Grogu. Hope it's good. I mean, it's Jon Favreau after all. I mean, it's Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, working on it together, but it's mostly Jon Favreau directing it, so... Man, I hope it's good. I mean, that's all I can really say. So, yep, that's all the trailers that I have to talk about, honestly. So that was 5 trailers in total. But nonetheless, I'm not done yet, because I got one more topic. Now that we're out of the bulk, let's close off the show with this. So, apparently, according to an artwork book, we have a synopsis of Spider-Man Brand New Day. And the artwork book has this little synopsis for Spider-Man Brand New Day, which a movie that, we're all waiting. We're all waiting for the first trailer to drop, which I'm going to assume it's going to be somewhere in April. Early April. I have to imagine it's got to be somewhere in April. I mean, we're all looking over past Spider-Man Brand New Day, which I understand. This is the year of Avengers Doomsday for Marvel. I mean, but in any event, so we got a synopsis of Spider-Man Brand New Day. So, it reads, and I'm reading this off of IGN. So, the synopsis reads, 4 years have gone by since we last caught up with our friendly neighborhood hero. Peter Parker is no more, but Spider-Man is at the top of his game, keeping New York City safe. Things are going well for our anonymous hero until an unusual trail of crimes pulls him into a web of mystery larger than he's ever faced before. It continues, in order to take on what's ahead, Spider-Man not only needs to be at the top of his physical and mental game, but he also must be prepared to face the repercussions of his past. So, yeah, that's interesting. So I think the biggest takeaway is, of course, it's been 4 years, aka in real time, which is nice. 4 years have been gone. Yeah, and it's basically kind of all you need to know. So, what this unusual trail of crimes that pulls him into a web of mystery larger than he's ever faced before, it's interesting. I don't know what that could mean. I mean, it's just interesting, and the repercussions of his past. Who the hell even knows? Who the fuck even knows? All I know is that I look forward to this. I mean, when they put out that cool little video of Tom Holland on the soundstage or whatever, and in the new suit and everything, I really dug that. I really did. And then, of course, the set photos came out. I love the new suit. I really do. I love that we're back to red and blue. I just love it. I love it so much because that was one of the things that I didn't really like about Far From Home and the suit in what's it called? No Way Home. No Way Home? Yeah. No Way Home. It's like I like the Iron Spider suit, their version of it, more so than the red and black. I was never a fan of the red and black in Far From Home at all. I just couldn't stand to look at it. I'm just like, it's not a bad design. It's just, I'm not a fan of the colors. I'm not a fan of the red and black. I'm just not. But I like the fact that this suit is going back to the red and blue, and it's a more traditional look for Spider-Man. And I also love the web shooters. The web shooters are pretty bulky. I love them. The best description I ever saw when these set photos were coming out, somebody described those. Somebody described the web shooters as unopened Pop-Tarts, which I was cracking up because it's like, oh my god, it does look like unopened Pop-Tarts on his wrist. That's funny as fuck. But yeah, man, just seeing him in that suit and, you know, the design of the spider on his chest and back, it's just like, okay, I like that, you know, it seemed like he's got an inspiration from the other Spider-Man that he met. I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I think that's what makes me intrigued by this more than anything. It's like, I love the fact that I'm going into more Marvel movies with Spider-Man Brand New Day and Avengers Doomsday. It's like, I have no idea where this, like, what this movie could be about. I mean, because that title can mean anything. I don't know what it's based off of. And it's exciting. It's exciting when I can go into a superhero movie, comic book movie, and just not know what this movie is going to be based off of. Like, what comics is it going to be based off of because of the title name or whatever, you know? I just really appreciate that. And this little synopsis is very intriguing to me. I look forward to this. I really do. So, yeah, I'm hoping this is good. I really do. Really, really do. Because, I mean, this is the first MCU movie of the year. Wow, that's weird. We only get 2 this year. Yeah, 2 MCU movies this year. And this is before Doomsday. I'm not expecting any kind of tie-in, honestly, to Doomsday in this movie, as far as plot-wise or whatever. But yeah, it's kind of crazy to think we're going to get, you know, Bruce Banner / Hulk in this movie, as well as Jon Bernthal's The Punisher. That, to me, is still fucking crazy. I don't know what to expect. And then, of course, the heavily rumored that Sadie Sink is going to be Jean Grey. What Jean Grey is doing in a Spider-Man movie, I have no clue. I got the faintest of clues, honestly. So there's that. But yeah. So that's all the topics I have for this episode of Spoiler Appetite. Thank you guys so much for listening and continuing to listen to my ramblings and shit like that. It was, like I said, it was a lot of trailers, man. And again, this episode was not going to be trailers galore. I mean, it could have been longer. Like this, I could have made this. I could have kept the old topics that I had or whatever. But at the same time, I had to be realistic, and it's just like, okay, I don't want to ramble on for too fucking long or whatever. I don't know if I want to stretch this out to 2 hours or whatever. Plus, it's like, I gotta give my voice, a rest sometimes, because, as I get older, who knows, maybe one day I'll lose this voice or whatever, and I can't talk about this and do one of my favorite hobbies. So, but in any event, thank you all so much for listening to this episode of Spoiler Appetite. I'm Tristan, and you've just been spoiled.